Hi, you guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Odd, and these are Karen's Oddities. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Today's video is part of a series where I go over a specific rule in my infamous notebook that is now covered with coffee. It's looking really tired and old now, but if you've watched any of my previous videos, I often reference this notebook because I put a lot of my ideas, manifestations, goals, life planning. I have a lot of that stuff in here. And some of my YouTube video ideas are in here as well. This is like so bad. This is what it looks like now. It smells good though. But okay. So this is part of a series where I discuss one of my rules that I think everyone should use in their lives to kind of just live a well-rounded life and be a well-rounded individual and generally just be happier. So, I have about 3 pages of rules. I'm going to pick off page number 1 and see where I land. I did not pick the rule ahead of starting this video. So let's just see where we land. Where am I feeling called to? Rule number 6 says, it's important to be intentional about every single thing you do. So let's dive in a little bit further about what that means. The importance of intentionality. Everything in life is energy. Everything is energetically driven. Everything is energetically connected. I talk about this in some of my other videos, but I am a believer that every single thing that you were ever meant to see, do, touch, taste, experience, interact with, it's already written somewhere. Like it's already in place. So fate, essentially, right? I believe that everything is fated. There are things that no matter what you do, you will not be able to avoid them. I know some people fall on fate is real. Other people believe that fate is not real and everything is by choice and it's a direct relation of what you do or don't do. I believe in both, right? I believe that to a certain extent, the lives that we were meant to live, they're already set in place. They're already set in stone. It's already been destined for us. Destiny and fate has already been set for us. I do believe that we can slightly manipulate and change those outcomes, but at the end of the day, that outcome is already there. It may just take us longer to get there, or it may get us there quicker, but the final outcome is already there. And we know for all of us, like our final outcome is death, ultimately, right? We're all going to die at some point. No one is going to live forever. No one is destined to live forever. But beyond that, and in between that, there are different milestones and achievements that some of us may be looking to achieve or reach. There are going to be different hurdles or challenges that some of us are going to encounter that are already destined for us. They're predestined. They're already there, in my opinion, again, because this is how I view the world. So an example of that, just to like put everything in perspective, because I know I need to bring my ideas together. An example of that could be, a person could wake up on Tuesday and get ready, do their same routine, or not do the same routine, right? Make their coffee, bring the cat in from outside because the cat was outside, pick up the kitty litter, put something in the dryer, get ready, brush their teeth, etc., shower, dress, get ready, go to work. Oh, they misplaced their keys, get their keys, they get in their car, they put on their seatbelt, they check their rearview mirrors before backing out, they back out of their driveway, they're headed to work, they're following all the laws of the road, which is the stop signs, they're staying on the right side of the road, they're taking the same route that they take to work, which is only really a 10-12 minute commute to work, and get hit by a fucking car and die. What I believe is that the death of that person was destined for that Tuesday morning. There is nothing that would have ever changed that. There is nothing that would have ever changed that, because it was their destiny to die that day. Maybe it wasn't their destiny to die in a car accident, or maybe it was, right? Maybe they get in a car accident and they don't die, but now they're paralyzed. I just truly believe that everything is destined. That's like the background of this rule, right? Number one, I believe that everything is destined and fated, and that we do not have a lot of control in changing that. However, I do believe that it's super important to have a purpose in everything that we do. Their purpose that we give to things. For example, you can enter into a relationship, and if you have other struggles or things going on, this relationship, which whether it's romantic, it could be a relationship of friendship, it could be a romantic relationship, it could be a relationship between you and a dog or pet, it could be a relationship between you and an object, whether that's drugs, alcohol, etc. You enter into a relationship that you expect to make you happy. You're giving that relationship its purpose, right? There's purpose that we give, and there's purpose that's given to us. I think that sometimes the purpose that's given to us, we don't always find it. Sometimes we find it, or it's trying to find us. And it's really hard for us to see what the message is, or what the intention is, or what the purpose is that the universe or God is trying to give us. But that is why intentionality plays such a big factor, right? I don't believe in just doing things just because. You shouldn't do anything just because. Oh, well, just because. No, everything has a reason you're doing it. And beyond your reason, you should be giving everything a purpose and being intentional about every single thing you're doing. Don't do things half-ass. Show up every day. Give 110%. Try to do your best. If you're going to make the commitment to have an established relationship with the person, whether it's romantic, whether it's a work relationship, friend relationship, be intentional about everything that you're doing, right? I think that that's super important. When we speak, be intentional about only speaking when necessary. It's not always necessary to say something. It's not always necessary to butt in. It's not always necessary to give your input. But when you do give your input, make sure it's valuable. Make sure it's intentional. When you decide to pick a fight or to push on an issue, make sure you're doing so because there's a purpose behind it. This rule number 6 about be intentional about everything you do is making sure that you're not doing things just because, or doing things just out of emotion. Make sure that everything that you're doing has a reason and a purpose, that you're thinking about it, right? For example, someone at work makes you upset via email, right? You can decide, well, you know what? I'm pissed off right now, so let me fire off this email and let them know a piece of my mind. It's important to reflect, what is this action going to do for me? How is this going to help or hurt me, right? Doing cost-benefit analysis every time that we have that opportunity. And once you start thinking that way, you become more intentional about everything that you give your energy to. You can opt to not respond. You can opt to draft the response and put it in your draft box and revisit it when you feel better. You can opt to not respond, or respond in a way that is not negative, or you can opt to not respond and have a conversation with someone else to determine what is the best way to respond. Everything has different outcomes. It's all about what is the input that you're putting into it, and are we really being conservative with our energy? Are we really choosing wisely what we're doing, when we're doing it, why we're doing it? Are we choosing our relationships and friendships wisely? Are we choosing how we spend our downtime wisely? Are we choosing the places that we go wisely? Are we being intentional about where we are in a given moment? If you should have left a place an hour ago, you should leave the time it's meant to leave. If you should have walked away from something 2 hours ago, it's time to walk away. Are we being intentional about who we're allowing ourselves to be surrounded by? If a friendship is no longer doing what it's supposed to, it's time to cut it out. Are we being intentional about who we're having conversations with? If someone is calling you and that conversation is not giving you value, it's time to cut that conversation out. If a job is no longer helping pay your bills, not being fulfilling, more toxic or stressful than it's meant, you need to be intentional about cutting it out, intentional about making that change for yourself, right? That's what this rule is about, is really just being aware of where we are giving our energy, what we're putting our energy into, and then always reflecting, is this in alignment with what I really want for myself? Is this in alignment with the person that I want to be? And if it's not in alignment, then there is your answer. You have to redirect. Yes, at the start of this video, I talked about fate and destiny. I'm sure my death has fated. All of our deaths are fated, right? I know it's written somewhere. I'm not going to obsess over when that is or what it is. But what I am going to do is I'm going to enjoy my ride in the meantime, right? I'm going to enjoy my ride. I'm going to do what I feel is my greatest purpose. Try to listen to what I think that purpose is and try to be a good person in the process. And I think that that's what this video is really about, is making sure that we're not just doing things for the sake of doing things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit out there and I had to like grasp my ideas and kind of get them together, but we kind of got there in the last couple minutes. So if you made it this far and you enjoyed this video, I do want to ask that you give this video a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy it, that's perfectly fine as well. I still want to ask that you give this video a thumbs up and that you leave me a comment below so that we can talk about it, even if that means we're going to have a debate. I also want to ask that you revisit my channel because there might be other content that you may enjoy more than this one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.